Thank you for staying with us. The recent political episodes in Edo State have continued to generate nationwide concerns and spark controversies as its upcoming gubernatorial elections draw nearer. One of these episodes was the impeachment of Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu by the State House of Assembly on April the 8th, 2024, over allegations of gross misconduct and disclosure of government secrets. However, the Federal High Court reinstated him back to office, and he officially announced his defection to the All Progressives Congress. Well, joining us from our Abuja studio is Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu. Good morning. It's good to have you join us. Right. Seems that there is some challenge there. We can't actually hear you, but then we'll go ahead. All right. We can hear you now. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. We can hear you now.
Thank you very much.
Now, the first question that I would like to ask you is, have you resumed work since the Federal High Court reinstated you, and how has it been getting back to work?
Yeah, it feels good to be back to work. I've resumed, and I've written to the governor of my resumption, and I've also written to him about that my staff, my political appointees that were also stopped, that they have resumed with me. And I've also sent correspondence to him of my new appointment, and we'll be starting our work next week with the boundary committee.
Well, Deputy Governor, we know what has been happening in the past year within you and the Governor of Edo State. And the incident that happened with the shooting and the killing around the airport. How do you make of all of these things happening around you and the governor of the state?
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate that we have reduced governance to thuggery and violent. Very unfortunate. That incident actually was to assassinate me. The governor arranged that I should be assassinated, I should be prevented from entering the state with whatever means they can to prevent me from entering the state. And it's really shocking that a man that we all work for, a man that we sacrifice our structure, our finances, and everything that God has given to us politically to make governor. He decided now that he wants to destroy. The underlying word he used when I declared my intention to contest, that if I go ahead, he will destroy me. And that for me was too heavy for a human being to say he would destroy another human being. It doesn't make sense, just because of an ambition that is constitutionally guaranteed. And for me, it shows that it's not where you are coming from really that makes you different from others, because there's this notion that private sector guys or technocrats in governance will make things different. But we have seen now that it's not about where you are from. It's about your character, and it's about who you are. And that is what is being displayed. Now,
you just made a weighty allegation, and we'll need for you to really help us understand better, if you have evidence to prove that the governor arranged for you to be assassinated. That's quite a weighty one.
Yes, I can tell you that. Very soon you will get to know, because everything that they did, I am getting feelers already, and that is why I can boldly say that that arrangement was meant to assassinate me. And I can boldly tell you that information that I'm already getting, I will not want to reveal it, but I would prefer to give them to the security agency. The governor planned to assassinate me, and I can tell you that was what happened that day.
But you have to make some statement here, because as we speak, Nigerians are listening to you.
Not in public.
Yeah, I
didn't say this yesterday.
Right.
I didn't say this yesterday, and for me to say it today, it tells you that I already have gotten information, which I will not want to reveal. But very soon, Nigerians will get to know, because I'll be addressing a press conference, and I will give a lot of these facts.
Okay, so what are the failures? What did you see that made you believe that the governor was trying to assassinate you?
Yeah, you are repeating the question.
I'm just asking, what were the failures? What led you to this conclusion?
I see, these people are violently inclined. They are violent personified. And I can tell you, he has a squad that does dirty jobs for him. And wow. I can bet you, I can tell you that. We had an vigilante network, a security network called Vigilante and POWOV, that we put in place to guarantee peace and stabilize things and give information to police. But I can tell you that outfit have been turned to an outfit to just go after political opponents and go after people that are perceived to be enemies of government. And that day, the men of Vigilante came shooting at us. Men of Vigilante with AK-47 came shooting at us. I will avail you with some videos. Came shooting at us. For harmless, we are just celebrating the work of God in our life, celebrating the miracle that God has just given to us. For me to be reinstated within a very short time, we were celebrating, and he just come and open fire on us and kill an innocent police officer. They are struggling now to cover up, but they can't cover up. And you can hear from the governor's voice. He said he will burn Nigeria. He will burn Nigeria. You can see, and that his boys, he used the word that these boys, my boys, they are arresting my boys, and that if they do whatever, he will burn Nigeria. Those are violent words. And that is against the oath of office he took, against oath of office I took. If you read the oath of office in words, you will see that is a violation of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the third schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's an impeachable offense. What he has done is an impeachable offense because he swore to an oath to preserve the sanctity of this country. He swore to an oath that he will make sure that the unity of this country is paramount. And now he's violating the oath of office. So you don't need to be told who is a violent person. Because for somebody at that level to say, I will burn Nigeria with his boys, it's told you who the character and the people around you. The leader is the one that dictates how the people behave. So if a leader is saying he wants to burn a country, which is against the oath of office he took, what will the followers now do?
Do you feel like you're walking into a lion?
And that is why I went down home on Monday to mobilize my people that we will not join anybody that wants to burn Nigeria. Nigeria is our country. We have no other home. And we will support Nigeria to grow. We will support those that want to fix Nigeria. And we will contribute our best. And all my people agree with me that we will not join anybody that wants to destroy Nigeria. We will always support those that want to build Nigeria. Yes, things are hard. But the only way we can make things work and get out of this hardship is when all of us contribute our little effort. And my people were very happy, and they were with me on this, that we will not burn Nigeria, but we will join forces with those that want to build Nigeria.
Now, given the atmosphere you have painted, you are assuming office or resuming office as deputy governor. Do you feel like you're walking into a lion's den? How do you feel that you can protect yourself if you feel that the principal wants you dead?
No, because God that has taken me this far. I was one of those that were in the streets of Nigeria, all over the country, fighting the military, fighting Abacha, that he must go and that we need democracy. We were brutalized, we held tear gas, we were injured. Some of us lost our life. I still have some bruises. And God kept us alive in that situation. Now, a civilian dictator cannot be as brutal as a military dictator. And we will survive. God that has taken us this far will continue to protect us. My interest is how to build institutions. My interest is to show that those things that I was protesting that government should do, my interest is that to show that those things are doable. And that is why I'm in government.
All right, we need to quickly go on a break. When we return, we'll continue this conversation with you. To stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Before we went on the break, we were speaking with the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu, who is in our Abuja studio, talking to us about the intrigues of the developments around his relationship with the Governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, as well as the upcoming election. And before we went on the break, you spoke about the institutions, the things you want to do for the state, despite the fact that you say your life has been threatened. How can you achieve all of these things without the support of the governor?
Yeah, when we were elected, where we were still at the party level, I was running mate to the governor at that time. Immediately we were elected and voted for, and we won our election and we took oath of office. We were now responsible to the people of Edo State. He is the number one, I'm the number two. And I am to work with him to achieve those goals. And you remember, I did everything, fill in the gaps, and I make sure that all areas where there were gaps, my duty was to fill them up, because there are a lot of gaps in the system, but I was filling them up. And I contributed my part with clean heart, with genuine heart, with all sincerity, with accountable to not just to the governor, but to the people of Edo State. And I'm happy that I'm able to discharge those duties, and I'm still discharging them. And by the grace of God, till November 11, I will continue to discharge my duty as the Deputy Governor of Edo State. I have a role to play. I have a constitutional role, which is minimal. That minimal role, I would make sure that I uplift the standard of that particular role that I'm given. And I can assure you that the God protected me this far will continue to protect me. I serve the living God, but I serve God in truth and in spirit. And those that are around me will tell you that. And I am covered. There is an armor covering me, and no bullets of the evil ones, no bullet of anybody that want to be a dictator in a democratic system.
So are you saying that you are going to
that is why I survived. That is why I survived the last Thursday's onslaught.
Are you going to go ahead to prosecute this matter? Are you taking this matter to the courts for prosecution?
You see, because of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is clear that he has immunity. But we've written petition to the IG on the incident, and I'm aware that the police is investigating what has happened. So that is why I don't want to speak too much on my proof of that it was a planned assassination on me. And unfortunately, they didn't know I was coming with the candidate of APC, and this police was affected.
Well, you have moved to APC now. You are now working with a PDP governor, and so your defection is very interesting. For me, it was when you moved to Adams Oshomole and you said, my father. Now, what kind of conversation did you have with Adams before this happened? What kind of conversation are you having now, given that you have actually been in the trenches fighting against the man who was your father?
Yeah, like he said, politics is a game of interest. And for me, politics is not just a game of interest. It's, I came to politics with my activist background. And I believe that I believe in working together, and I believe in collaboration. And I also believe if there's anything that I hate, it's oppression. And if I see any sign of anything that has to do with oppression, my activist nature comes to play. It's unfortunate that what happened. And as a Christian, I've looked back and I've seen that the man that we even thought he was being oppressed, and we decided that we had to fight on his own side because we saw oppression. As we discovered that he's the real oppressor. So it's regrettable that what happened, and we pray that we don't have somebody like that to come and create problem between son and father again.
How has Oshomole received you? You give us details about the father and son relationship and the reconciliation. Yes. Did they first slap you before he embraced you?
I'm a polygamous son. Yes, he flogged me seriously for being stubborn. And I received the slap and flog, and by the grace of God, I will be the polygamous son.
So if you didn't feel oppressed, would you have looked back? If these challenges didn't happen, would you have remembered that Adams Oshomole was your father?
Yeah, actually, immediately after the election, let me tell you, immediately after the election, after the 2020 election, there was, my wife especially, make it almost a song that we must, whatever the elections are over, we must go and reconcile with comrade, no matter what. And I bought into it, and I started. I said, well, I have to talk to my principal first, and to get his buy-in, so that it will not be like I'm betraying him or something like that. And I related the issues with him. I said, look, I think elections are over now. This is our person. Though this one happened, let's go and see how we can. He said no. No. And I went back to my wife and said, look, the man is saying no. What do you think? It's okay, let me talk to his wife. The wife said, no, I don't want to say what she said on phone. So for me at that level, it was, should I go on or wait? So mine was, okay, let's see how the days will go and see how we can reconcile. So that reconciliation was immediately after the election. I wanted to do that reconciliation. I'm not reconciling now because of what is happening. No. From immediately after the election, we wanted to do that reconciliation. But I was caught in between going ahead and leaving my principal in that decision. So I was looking at his own.
So invariably, you are saying that the oppression you faced actually pushed you to do much more in terms of the reconciliation. That's what you're saying.
No. Now, the man that I was looking at to say, look, let me not be seen to go and reconcile, and he has not reconciled. The man now is now being oppressive. And for me, I told you, my adrenaline will rise when I see oppression. Even if not for against me, if I see somebody being oppressed, I am always on the side of that person being oppressed. And there's something in me that rises when I see oppression. So now I'm even the one being oppressed. And I'm being oppressed in a democracy that I fought for. And these people are enjoying, in quote, democracy now. We are not in trenches with us. We fought to have this democracy. We fought to have freedom. Now, they were somewhere enjoying themselves while we were inhaling tear gas. We were being brutalized. Now, in the same democracy, somebody is now oppressing us. It doesn't make any sense. And for me, it's not acceptable. And that is why we are where we are today. And these things actually will have been avoidable. But just because somebody has no empathy, somebody now see government as his personal estate. And that is where that's why we are where we are. And for us that fought for this democracy, this is not the characters that we fought to have in the system. And that is why the system is slow.
It's interesting that you said that your wife pressured you to reconcile after the election. It's almost as if you say, let me get what I want first. After beating him up and eating all the food, I can ask, okay, come on, let us be friends. Isn't that a little cynical? No, it's not. Nobody will beat anybody up. It was all. You already beaten him up. You defeated him in the election.
No. Don't use the word defeat. Yeah, we won. It's true, but there was a reason for that, and that reason was that we saw, in quotes, that the governor was being oppressed, and we felt no, it was not necessary, and that was what resulted to where we are. And I have learned from that lessons, and that is why I've consistently apologized to my father, and by the grace of God, the relationship will continue. And I also pray to God that we won't have somebody that will come and separate us again.
It would be interesting to know the lessons you have learned so far from what has happened.
A lot of them.
Perhaps you need to tell us, Nigerians, for us to understand, and then we'll look at the elections coming right now. Your move to...
I'll be writing a book. I'll be writing a book. I would like you to buy the book so that I don't reveal everything at once.
No, but just give us snippets into the lessons you have learned.
No, you read it in the book I will write. I'm already writing a book. So
you're already writing a book.
It will be more interesting when you read it. Yeah.
All right, let's quickly go to the matter of the election. Now that you have moved to the APC, there are those who have been speaking about your move, how it is that they say that over time you haven't won an election, so to speak, in Edo, and that you do not have that weight, you know, to ensure that there is a turnaround or that you're bringing something valuable to the party. And so perhaps you need to address these persons who do not seem to understand your pedigree and who do not see the value you bring to the table for the APC.
Well, yeah, I think everybody, like, that is why we say we need freedom, and that freedom, everybody can express it. And when I hear things like that, I'm excited and happy because the person is speaking from the angle that he's saying things, and he has the right to their opinion. I won election from, I was class rep from my year one in University of Jos, and that same year I won election into the parliament of the SUG University of Jos. The second year I contested to be welfare secretary of the student union. I won. And the third year I was the Abacha Must Go Zone C of NANS coordinator of Abacha Must Go. The fourth year in my school, I contested to be president of NANS, the #1 student in Nigeria, and I won that same election. And when I dived into politics, and I started with AMPP, I lost the first election. The second election, I won. And if you check the result, nobody had beaten that result. Second term, check my result, I won. I am the first back-to-back majority leader in Edo State, 8 years. And I won again in 2015 to be a member of House of Representatives. And in 2016, I won again to be deputy governor. In 2020, I won to be deputy governor. So if I have not been winning election, I come from my school days to now, I have not won. See, when they want to say anything, they say whatever they want to say, and they have the right to their opinion. But go and check the records. And if you check the last election, check the last election, it is in Edo North that PDP got the highest votes. It is in Edo North, where I am from. Labour got more votes in Edo South, but check the presidential election, check the first election. It is in my zone that PDP got the highest vote. And that is supposed to be the stronghold of APC. Check the statistics. So when they speak like that, I laugh, I smile. And like I always tell my people, ignore. When they bring, so they say, what these people I say ignore. You know, what they say, I say, you know, they don't have facts. If they have facts, they won't speak like that. So I've grown to a level where when certain people make certain statements, I just smile and laugh. Why? I know they don't have facts. If they have facts, they won't speak like that. So they are speaking from their little knowledge, and you don't fault them for that.
So how are you going to handle this election paradox that the governor is supporting one candidate and the deputy is supporting another, and they are all in the same executive council? They are in different political parties, yes, supporting different candidates. How is it going to work? Yeah,
it's going to work because I've reunited with my father. I know my father has strength, heavy strength. At his age, some young men cannot even meet him in terms of his distance. So joining him and joining others in APC, and with the legacy coalition, we now have a legacy coalition that moved from PDP to APC. And when I mean legacy coalition, legacy are those that are members of PDP from 1999 till date. They've never left the party. Then the coalition of the legacy, we that have now joined legacy, that now made the legacy coalition, are those that left APC to join the governor in 2020 to fight for him to be governor of Edo State. So both we that left APC and the legacy have moved. The structure, the heart of PDP have moved to APC. And APC is on ground. And when the heart of the other strong political party moves, what is left there is, and that is why the outburst. If people are like, why is the governor? That is why the outburst, because he has seen that what is left cannot actually take him to where he wants to. So if you check, they are struggling hard to keep their followers. Any little court thing, they celebrate it as if they have won the election. They are doing that to keep supporters. There's nothing left in PDP in Edo State.
All right, we'll have to leave the conversation here now. Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu, thank you for your time on the program.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.